Ok, bună dimineața! Vom continua ceea ce am început ieri și aș vrea să precizez și din partea mea și sper că Luka va puncta și el treaba aceasta. Acest proces este un proces de lungă durată. Chiar dacă ni se pare că la un moment dat controlăm o parte din pregătirea fizică, nu trebuie să ne oprim. Este un proces care trebuie să înceapă cât mai devreme și să se continue până când predăm jucătorul, eu știu, către seniori. Degeaba o să avem jucători buni la basket dacă vor fi accidentați, dacă nu pot să facă ambele faze ale jocului, atac, apărare, tranziție și multe altele. Da? Deci este foarte important să înțelegem că este un proces de lungă durată. Ok, astăzi vom discuta despre grupele de vârstă 17-20 de ani. Deja facem trecerea către seniori. Mulți copii de la noi, mulți jucători la 17 ani deja sunt pregătiți, credem noi, pentru seniori și eu nu sunt sigur că sunt pregătiți pentru seniori. Vorbim acum strict de pregătirea lor fizică. O să-l las pe Luka să vă povestească mai departe și sper să ne bucurăm de experiența lui.
Okay, good morning. I guess you can hear me. It's even better than yesterday, especially because I have this pointer in my hand, and if I take microphone, it's going to be even harder to show some stuff. Anyways, I can see a little bit some new faces. Yesterday there was way more basketball coaches. I just want to see again how many strength coaches we have. Okay, now we have a little bit more, and that's what I expected. They said, okay, everyone else is basketball, right? Basketball coaches. Anyways, who came today for the first time? Okay, perfect. Okay, that's good because more or less you know the concept, and the concept of today is basically the structure of the lecture. Sorry. Okay, oh my God. I forgot that we had yesterday it was broken. Okay, perfect. Now you can hear me. Excellent. So, the lecture has the same style, okay? We will move through different skills and different things that we want to develop, and we will show different content with the guys and myself, okay? And of course, we will repeat certain stuff, especially for the guys that came only today, okay? So, first, let's repeat a little bit why we do the strength and conditioning with the athletes. We said there are three things, okay? Skill development, basketball performance, and resilience. And then we also mentioned the mental well-being. I don't have to repeat the mental well-being. We said that everyone who is in shape always feels better to play basketball, right? But if we go back to these three things, we said we want to improve strength, improve power, improve change of direction, because it goes hand in hand with development of skills like shooting, side shuffling, everything that you do technically. So it can have direct impact on your skill session, and it can have direct impact on your basketball performance once you start to play 5-on-5. Okay, let's say endurance as one quality. Once you start playing basketball, all players that have high level of endurance will be able to perform not only in the first quarter, but in the last quarter. When we finished yesterday, I had one private question in the end, so probably many of you didn't hear. A lady asked me about strength training for under 12, and in general strength training, why it is needed at the early age. And there are many reasons. One of the reasons, if you look at health, strength with age of 12, 13, 14 is super important because body is growing, bones are growing in length, but we also need to preserve the density of the bone and quality of the bone to avoid fractures when they fall down, that body is resilient enough. And the best thing is, like, they don't do million of research on under 12 and under 14 kids lifting weights. There is research, and there is zero research saying that it's forbidden and it can stop your growth. That's the biggest misconception of all times. But there is million of papers saying that at the age of 60, 65, you have to do weightlifting training, even if it's machine-based, okay? It's better to have free weights because balance is more involved, and it's also important for all the people. But to stop osteoporosis and to keep the bone density and bone health, you need to load your body with external weight, okay? So this is the health principle. If we go into basketball performance, why you need strength? It's very obvious. Basketball is not marathon. You don't start on that line and you run up and down and who's gonna run more until you die or who's gonna run more in 40 minutes. It's change of direction, walk, jump, walk, jog, sprint, stop, stand in place, and so on and so forth. You get it. I mean, most of you played basketball or you're daily involved in basketball. I don't have to explain what you do in basketball, but I'm saying what is involved in basketball because you can see that all those moves depend on strength of your legs, right? Not so much upper body, but heavily on lower body. And if you build strength, you become more efficient. And you lose less energy, basically, per every movement that you do on the court. So strength training is directly related to your endurance. So endurance in basketball is not only running and conditioning. Endurance is everything. It's running, it's strength training, and it's repeated power in different movements. Power in sprinting, power in side shuffling, power in jumping. Okay? So you don't have only repeated sprinting training that is very popular in soccer, for example. Nowadays, they call it repeated power ability, not repeated sprint ability training, because it's not only sprinting. It came from soccer, very popular, and you just do the 25 to 50 meter repeated sprints. Okay, but what we need in basketball is repeated power ability. So training, sometimes, yes, you will go baseline, and you will go repeated sprints, half court or full court length. And you do today repeated sprint ability as part of your conditioning. But sometimes it's going to be repeated jumping ability. And you will do 5 consecutive jumps to touch the backboard. You will rest and you will repeat jumps because you also need repeated jumping ability or repeated side shuffle, explosive side shuffle ability. This is how we should approach conditioning for basketball. And then everything impacts development of endurance. Endurance is not only running up and down and running suicide drills or running the drill that we showed yesterday with the guys when shooting the ball for 3 minutes. It is big and important part of endurance, but this is the main reason why testing like beep test it doesn't say exactly what is the problem, and you can have players that are very good for 80-90% of the test, and then last part of the test is for them it's very short, while for some others they are tired throughout the whole test basically, but in the end they're able to do more compared to someone else because they are more efficient in change of direction, okay, in acceleration, and for someone else this is killing them because you have short basically court, you're not only running, you're running with change of direction every 28 meters. And then whoever has better strength in legs and ability to change direction more efficiently will eventually have maybe the same result in the test. You will have maybe beep test, boom, 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 both players reach level 18.5. But you are not exactly sure who is better and who is stronger in legs and who has better impact of strength for the change of direction. Okay, so we have to understand that basketball endurance is very, very complex, and it comes from different things, not only from running, but also from strength training. Now, we said mental well-being for everyone who was not here yesterday, and again, I encourage all of you to read this paper. It's very easy to find it, okay? Rodri Lloyd about youth physical development, okay? And then you can go even deeper in his research and in his books and everything that he made. And as I said, if you cannot find it, email me, Luka_Svilar@yahoo.com, and I will send you the file. Okay. We said that there is this little chart. Today I can, it's not going to be as long as yesterday, the lecture, so I can just, if you cannot see, the chronological age, okay, the age periods, early childhood, middle childhood, adolescence, and so on, okay, the growth rate, and years when you expect the peak height growth, okay, around age of 13, 14, 15 for boys. For girls, we said it's like normally 1 year earlier, okay, and then what you have to do regarding physical qualities, and you could see that everything is involved. It's just like how much and what we stress the most at specific age. And we said yesterday at the age of 13 to 16, you can see that everything is in this, okay, younger age, and then we start 12 to 16. 12 to 16, you can see that everything is in big letters. And yesterday we talked about everything. We want to develop agility, we want to work on speed, we want to work on power, we want to work on strength. We said that with hypertrophy of muscles, if we talk about strength training, we have to wait, you can see here, hypertrophy in very small letters until age of 14, okay, because it's general threshold. But we said biological chronicle age that we have to understand who is entering puberty, okay. With boys, it's a little bit easier to see, okay, change in muscle mass, a little mustache, hair, and so on, okay. With girls, we have to collect information from parents, okay, about the period and so on. But hypertrophy after the age of 13, 14, when they enter puberty, and then endurance, we start to work on it at the age of 13, 14, 15. But if they participate in basketball 3, 4, 5 times per week, I think it's enough stimuli for building the endurance. Okay, if you work in basketball schools where kids play only basketball once or twice per week, maybe some extra conditioning would be good. And as we said, go outside, meet on the athletic stadium or in the woods, do fartlek run, 15-20 minutes, change of direction, change of speed, even walk, jog, run, walk, jog, run, whatever. Just a little bit of like aerobic type of conditioning. It can be continuous, it can be change of pace, whatever, 15-20 minutes. You don't have to kill kids with age of 12, 13 with 30 minutes runs. That doesn't make any sense, okay? And then as they start going deeper into their puberty, we said endurance will pick up, and we will start to work more on anaerobic glycolytic capacity, and then we will always, because we play basketball and it's very short and intense and stop short and intense activities, it's more or less phosphocreatine system that is highly involved. Okay, so this is basically the chart, and then for today, basically we move on from the age of 16 to age of 20, okay? You will see later on what are the main targets. It's power, strength, okay, and we will build more of. Continue. Okay, no, it's that. Okay, we will continue to work on agility, speed, mobility. Okay, we will talk about it, but just so you understand a little bit. As I said, always keep in mind that now, even when we talk about the age of 17 to 20, we have those kids that come into puberty later. Okay, and you can expect that in this early stage of this phase, I mean, these are just ages. We had to split in 2 days. So 13 to 16 made sense, and 17 to 20, okay? But the age of 17, chronologically, okay, by the calendar, doesn't say that everyone on the team is 17 biologically, right? So you have to understand also in this period, if you work with these categories, that it's the same thing as with the kids with 13, 14, because sometimes you have 13, 14-year-old kid already in puberty, and some of them are late. Okay, so same thing here. And you can expect still big growth at the age of 17, 18, okay? And then if we talk about kids that are going to be over 210, they have this peak height maybe at 15, one summer 10 centimeters, in 1 year 20 centimeters, but at the age of 17 they're like 205, and they continue to grow, and they will reach 216 by the age of 20. So you can expect, we should expect in basketball that we will have those guys growing even more after the age of 17. Doesn't matter if they had this 25 centimeters growth during the age of 15, 16. Okay, so always keep this in mind with younger athletes. And we said this awkwardness that comes with increases in height and limb length, okay, that we can expect that the performance will be bad. The accuracy to shoot a ball might decrease, but if we analyze what is behind, okay, maybe we will understand a little bit better, and we will be patient until the person, the player, regains a little bit the connection between his proprioceptors in joints with the brain, and he will never forget to shoot the ball. We just need to wait maybe a couple of months to reestablish again the connection between the brain and the body. Okay. So, at this age, 17 to 20, we want to continue to work on mobility. We want to work on change of direction. We want to work on speed, agility, and work because it's part of the basketball game, okay? Maybe now in this age, 17 to 20, when we work on change of direction and agility, maybe we want to have like a little session organized, okay? So it's not always in the youth categories while warming up, playing, having fun. Maybe it's gonna be like a structured 15 minutes after good warm-up, 15 minutes of mini hurdles, ladders, and so on. Let's say 10-15 minutes, and then you go into your basketball practice. So it's not like strength and conditioning session, but maybe it's like a longer warm-up and preparation for basketball practice. So it will be more like official type of training. So this is a step forward when we talk about change of direction and agility. And then, as we said, especially you, many basketball coaches, change of direction and agility is part of basketball. Any move, okay. Only spot-up shooting is not a lot of change of direction and agility. But once you start playing, it's all about that. But our main target, what we really want to stress when it comes to development, physical development at this age, is definitely strength and power, okay, and building endurance. And I said yesterday, we want to build strength and power to higher level, okay, and this can basically wait that we reach the best performance of strength and power after the age of 20, okay, and then we will have ups and downs until the end of the career and so on and so forth. And it's okay to lose some strength and power during summer and we rebuild it, because that's how body should work, and you should get in shape and so on and so forth, okay. But the endurance, I said that we have to start building at the age of 16 and especially 17, 18, not to suffer and not to be able to participate well in basketball sessions, because age 18, 19, 20, you have to be physically ready to play basketball. If it takes 40 minutes, okay, but you have to be ready when it comes to building endurance, because you cannot miss practices or parts of practices because you're not in shape, because you will lack your own development as a player. And this is the moment where you bridge the gap between being a youth player and coming into seniors. And a lot of players in many teams at the age of already 18, 19, 20 will work with seniors. And if you don't have capacities at high level, you will always be on the bench at the senior practice. So what we want to build are the bodies that maybe they will lack tactical knowledge, okay, and they still have skills. But you have to be, if they call you out for the senior team, or you are like two-way, working sometimes with the senior team, but they call you out on Monday because 2 players are injured and they need you, you have to be physically that bunny that runs around, plays good defense, runs all the time, and when coach needs energy on the court, your youth player is the guy who will be there doing all that crazy work. Okay, he cannot be the one. Yes, he can be pushed around on low post because maybe he doesn't have enough body weight. No one will say anything against that when it comes to specific basketball post-up moves, and he cannot fight. This is not a problem. The problem is the effort and ability to run up and down, to defend, to show attitude. And then if they bully you a little bit to score, no problem. This is not the problem. Okay. Now, question is always, yes, I work with juniors 17, 18, and I have a guy that we just signed. It came from somewhere else, from the mountains in Romania, good prospect, 210. He's super weak. He's 17. What should I do? For me, it's simple. Okay, we always have to go back. Now you know from yesterday what are the progressions, what we want to do, what we want to master. Yesterday we said for every skill, we talked about mobility, strength, power, okay, and so on and so forth. And we said we want to master certain stuff, and then we move forward. That was the whole concept, what we master and how we move forward. And if he is bad in some things that we said yesterday that training is testing, so we see him running, we see him doing cross steps, shuffling, and so on and so forth. Maybe his training age is only 2 years. Because someone caught him at the age of 15 playing soccer. He grew in summer 20 centimeters, okay, and he became a basketball player. They put him in high school, someone scouted him and brought him to your club. 2 years of training basketball and 0 hours spent in strength and conditioning. Then you have to go back. It's tough job, but it's job as a coach. I don't have to repeat yesterday what I said a little bit philosophically, what coach for me is. But if you bitch about him being, we got this kid 17-year-old, he cannot do squat, he takes medicine ball and he shakes as he goes down and he doesn't know how to put the ass down, what is the point of this? But you can hear this very often from basketball coaches, okay, and from strength and conditioning coaches. For me, this is not coaching, but we talked about it yesterday. Okay, so it's testing. Okay, we can organize some official testing, and later on we will see. We will bully a little bit the guys. Let's go, guys. Come here. But first, let's check a little bit some active mobility, strength and stability. Come here, sit on the ground in one line, just facing them. Perfect, yes, exactly, perfect. Okay, a little bit more space. I know you like each other, but we need a little bit more space. Go. Excellent. A little bit more. Okay, excellent. Good. Maybe you move a little bit to the side. Okay, perfect. I'll give you more room. More. Okay, excellent. First thing. Hope microphone is not gonna die. From this position, okay, I want to see if you can stand up. Okay, excellent. Go down and repeat once again. Let's go like this, one by one. You start, so you can see them a little bit more. If they stand up all at once, you cannot see everyone. Let's go. Bravo. Excellent. Okay. Good. Now you saw a little bit better what happened. No problem. It's, but what is the case here? How old are you? 19. Age? Tell me. 16? 17? 19? 19? 18? Perfect. Okay. So the whole point is age 15, 16, 17, 18, you don't do a lot of like hip mobility exercises. We will show later on, but simple stuff, athletic stuff, 90-90, move a little bit, hips, okay, active, rotations in the hips, and so on and so forth. You don't maintain this hygiene. You cannot, first of all, sit in lotus position, which is completely normal position for normal people, okay? And then to get up from that position tells you a lot about active mobility, strength, and so on, okay? And then this can become an exercise, okay? Like my coach was torturing us with these kind of things where I think I developed and maintained for 10 years my ankle range of motion. Okay, even though I had big problems with right ankle and I sprained it like 3-4 times, I still don't have any basically difference between left and right ankle mobility, because after I got better, we were still participating in these exercises of walking on our toes, like this duck walking, and we were doing this for 10 years. Okay, so I think these kind of things help, and these kind of exercises and tests can become something. Okay, now let's see a little bit. Let's go over there. It's a little bit better. Let's go everyone to that corner. And also to warm up a little bit, let's just run to the opposite side. Okay, just run down the line, opposite side. Just run, easy run. Perfect. That's good speed. Yes. Just let's see. Perfect. And you start when you cross the center line. Yes. Just to see a little bit also today. Bravo. A little bit running technique. Yes. How they use arms, what they do with legs, and so on and so forth. We are just observing. Okay. Training is testing. Perfect. When he comes there, you start backpedaling down the line. Okay, just backpedal. Okay, running backwards. Yeah, all the way. Perfect. We don't very often use it as a part of training, but then in basketball it's very normal, right? It's very normal. Sometimes, yes, you go like this. Okay, that it's not like perfect running, but you want to see a little bit of this kind of qualities. So we're just observing a little bit. Boys, as I said, like we're not gonna say too much who is bad, who is good now, and analyze. Let's see a little bit the quality now of you will backpedal and somewhere around 3-point line extension, okay, around here or half court, whatever, you will just turn and accelerate a little bit, and then you can just stop, okay? Yeah, take your time to backpedal. Yeah, just take a look, who goes down, who stays in line, who is losing a little bit balance, feet positioning. Excellent. You can walk back there, just walk a little bit faster. You don't have to run. And then over there from the corner, you will run down the 3-point line. Okay, like just following the 3-point line. Let's go. Okay, perfect. This is good speed. And then in the second time, go back there, and you will increase the speed by 10-20%. Okay, so a little bit faster. We forget very often that this is one of the most important basketball runs, straight runs. It's not actually straight, but facing forward. Especially for guards. Okay. Perfect. So we saw a little bit how guys move. Now, let's see again a little bit higher age, and so we can see with our eyes a little bit how they shuffle. Okay, and we go 2 to 3 shuffles, like 2 to 3 easy up, and then you go like basketball shuffle. Hop, boom, boom, and so on. Okay, all right. Go. Perfect, perfect. Go, go, go. And we will do the same thing, so again facing them, just to see a little bit. Maybe you will see some differences between left and right. It's also part of the rhythm that we said yesterday, because this is basketball. When you don't have to do something, but you have to somehow cover 2-3 meters, you want to see that they are relaxed, that they are not losing too much energy on something that is not important. But you want that like easy drop, boom, drop and push, hop, hop, hop. Okay, you want to have somewhat like rhythm inside of how they move. Okay, perfect. Now we will do basically same thing. Take your time. Okay, when you're high, take your time. Then go low, couple of shuffles, and then just go cross step. And then again, boom, hop, couple of shuffles, and cross step. Okay? All right, take your time. Let's go. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay. No problem. Okay. Okay, same thing backwards. I mean back. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect. Come here, guys. Come here. So we're just observing a little bit, different stuff. Now we're gonna go one by one. Step on the box and just land on both legs. Okay, let's see a little bit how they control their bodies, how they land. Boom, perfect. Go, go, go. As soon as he lands, get on the box, yes. Go, go, go. You can see different things. We spoke a little bit. Who is landing on toes and staying on toes? Who is having weird feet position? Okay. Go, go. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Let's go once again. Okay, now you can see different techniques, being very soft. Sometimes it's good because being soft is good when you know that you're finishing the move. But basketball is very often not just finish the landing and that's it. Now I call a timeout, like in the States where they can grab the ball and say timeout. Okay, normally there is something following that landing, right? So if we talk about basketball performance, what he did, he landed, he was soft and then firm, ready for the next action. So this is something that I want to see with my boys. Okay, good. Let's see what's next. Bounding and hopping. Perfect. Let's start from here, and then we go that direction. Okay? You go bound with a little stick until you finish this Mozart bet. Go. And now you can see feet positioning, okay? They know that as they land there, the next one is there, but still the foot is pointing towards you guys. So we don't have the best position. Let's go once again. You don't have the best foot position for the next move. Oh, perfect. Stay here. Perfect. Okay, excellent. And now we will go single leg, okay? Just go boom, hop, 3 to 5 times, okay? Okay, perfect, yeah, it's enough. Excellent. Again, we said basic stuff, age of 18 on average. How many of them look into the ground? They don't feel super safe from the start with this exercise. Completely controlled environment, and they still have to look down, you know. Did you do both legs? Okay, let's go other leg, just to see a little bit some differences if you have to. Now you will see players that have some like ankle issues maybe. Left hop and stick is good, right is hop and then he cannot stick. So you can see, he had ankle sprain 3 weeks ago, and in some basic warm-up stuff like this, he looks completely imbalanced. It means that the healing process, the rehab process, is not done yet. Because we are risking, again, that he gets injured. Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, and we will grab medicine ball. You take one. And you take one. Perfect. I will be here. And you just throw the ball to me with 2 hands. You can use and jump whatever you want. Just throw the ball. Let's see how you throw the ball. Perfect. Okay. Go once again. Perfect. Okay. Next one. Go. Good. Let's go once again. Perfect. Okay. You go. Let's see. At the age of 18, how they toss medicine balls. Okay, does it look like they're tossing the ball or they're passing basketball? Okay, we want to see if they have these basic qualities developed or everything looks like basketball. Okay, good. Let's go. As we said yesterday, how much are they using legs to throw the ball? Let's go. Perfect. Okay. Now, first thing, single leg balance hold, left or right leg. Okay, let's go everyone left. Okay, so later when we switch, it can be same for everyone. Okay, one leg high. Okay, knee at the hip height, and just look straight forward, and we're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. Okay, all right, let's go. In 5 seconds, we will close eyes and try to hold it for another 10 seconds, okay? Eyes closed. Perfect. Okay, good. Now we switch legs. Let's go again. Same thing. First around 30 seconds. Simple. Just hold, look forward. Training is testing. In 5 seconds, eyes closed. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, perfect. Left-right differences and so on and so forth. But these are the tests. These are the clinical tests that people use to assess balance. But it can become part of the end of the workout, start of the workout, wherever you feel that single leg static balance should be integrated. Okay, but if you want to make a little bit more fun your testing, okay, let me just check not to kill you guys. Untie your shoes, normal, just one knob, okay? Yes, like that. Okay, if you have like a double knob, go one, go like basic. I can see that. No. You have one, right? Yeah, keep one, just one. Yes, bravo. One, not to give you too much work. Okay, normal, just one. Yes. Yes, also that one. Yeah. You have double. Okay, so the task is perfect, bravo. Okay. So the task is we have single leg balance. You take your shoe, you untie it, you put it on the ground, okay? You take your socks off, you put it back again, okay? You take the shoe, you put the shoe back, okay? And you tie the shoe. Let's go. Okay, when you finish, 10 seconds rest, a little bit, and let's do the same thing for the other leg, just to see a little bit differences. Let's go. You just continue doing your things. Let's go. No need to rush. Okay, so testing, you could see some differences, quality of left and right leg, and it was a little bit more challenging, a little bit more different. Okay, now we move on. Okay, if we talk about training is testing, And you want numbers compared to yesterday when we said like, yes, training is testing, but it's a lot of like expertise, observation. If you want something like, okay, what should be the goal? How many we have? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, just grab one more. 2 players on each mat, and we go plank, and we hold it. Okay, plank hold. 2 players on each, and then 1 guy will be alone. Let's go. Get ready for plank, like normal plank. We start in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So what we want is around 90 seconds at least. So let's see what's going to happen after 45 seconds, 1 minute. Okay? Normally with senior level, to talk about the endurance of back muscles and core, we want to have around 2 minutes or more, okay? But at least to reach this threshold of 2 minutes. And I would say for juniors, everything around 90 seconds is good, okay? Is it excellent? For sure. It's not excellent because you will have the guys who are able to hold it for 2-3 minutes at the age of 18, okay? But if we talk about threshold values, something that we should aim for, then in the plank position, like good plank position, you want at least 90 seconds. So we are reaching close to 1 minute. You can see already if someone is losing body position, hips are dropping. So I'm not correcting now. We want to see what's happening, right? Training is testing. But sometimes you, as a part of the warm-up, will not do 3 sets of 30 seconds. You go 1 set of 90 seconds. If someone stops after 1 minute, okay, no problem. Let's wait for the other guys. But we will see what the guys can do. Okay, close to 90 seconds. Okay, perfect, guys. Boom, we check. So training is testing. Let's move on to the next one. What can be the number? We don't have this here, but as I said yesterday, you can do it under the bar. If you have a bar, inverted rows, okay, in that position, or TRX row, we want to see at least in this hard position, not like here, but that you are in like right under the bar or under TRX, that you can do high quality, chest is touching the bar or it's coming in line with the handles of TRX at least 10 to 15 times, okay? We want pull-ups, okay? Push-ups, 15 to 20 good push-ups, and this is something that we can show. You can use floor mat, you can use here. Let's go 2 by 2 so we can observe a little bit the guys how they are doing it. Please come here and just go. Let's go 20 push-ups. In push-ups, you want to see the repetitive strength of upper body, okay? It's related to passing endurance and so on and so forth, but you also want to see how body is integrated. If on every push, hips tend to drop a little bit, so that this means that the line is not perfectly synchronized and so on and so forth. Who is going all the way down? Who is having elbows flaring out? And then the last group you can do all together. Okay, 3 of you. Perfect. Nice, okay. Okay, thank you. And then once we have this, you can assume what the tests for seniors will be. It's okay. What the test for seniors would be. Instead of inverted row, I want to see big guys doing at least 5 pull-ups and guards at least 10 pull-ups. Okay. If we talk about bench press, I don't like barbell. Okay. What would be a good test for basketball players? Dumbbells, 3 to 5 repetitions with, I don't know, 50% of their body weight. So if they have 80, if they're 100 kilos, 25 for 3 to 5 times. Okay. You can see a little bit what could be expected in the senior level. Now, 15 to 20 single leg box squats. Let's go. Let's go 2 at a time. Okay. Box is behind you, okay? Sit and stand up. I just want you to touch, and as soon as you touch, you stand up. You don't sit down to rest and then go up. You just touch a little bit and go immediately up. We aim, because it's demonstration, 15. Okay? 15. Let's go like this. Try to touch the pillow. Yes. Now, of course, the height is important, right? Normally, we check the leg length, and the box should be in line with the knee, okay, the line of the knee. And then, of course, some of the taller guys will need a little bit elevation, and that's why you have, okay, this is not so perfect, but you have these foam pads. Let's go, let's go. You have foam pads that you can put under, okay, or mats, whatever. Plates from barbells, and so on. 15 to 20 on each leg is good, okay? And you will often see, now we don't have to push them to do it, but sometimes you will see that someone does like 20 without any problems, and then on the other leg, he goes 10 in the same speed, same strength and everything, and then immediately after 10, he starts dropping down, okay? So that's why we need 15 to 20 repetitions. And obviously, since it's single leg, okay, for Sebi, we need to put definitely something even higher, okay? He's not going, it's okay, Sebi, just go. It's just demonstration, but it's also, if you look from in front, you can see how the knee is moving. And if knee is shaking a lot in single leg static situation, imagine what's happening when he lands on one foot. Okay, when he lands on one foot after rebound or whatever. And then the last test will be single leg calf raises. So we will be in pairs, okay, by height, so it's a little bit easier, okay. Come here. So I will use you for support, just a little support here, okay, and then we go full range of motion, 30 single leg calf raises. When you finish one leg, then you go one leg, doesn't matter which one, and then I will, after you finish your leg, I go opposite, okay? We will do both, okay? All right, let's go here, and let's try to go 30 repetitions. You go first, any leg, yes, full range of motion, 30 repetitions. Yeah, bravo. Or we can go immediately, just to see immediately the difference. It's not going to kill you. So as soon as you finish your left leg, your right leg, just go immediately other leg, and then we will change roles. Same, no, go. Finish both legs. Finish both legs, and then we change. And of course, when we do it as a part of like the training, hopefully players will not cheat. If you tell them that it's kind of testing thing, tell them before, like, don't cheat. Go full range of motion. I want to know if there is difference. If you feel like 30 repetitions, full range of motion, perfect. Here I can do 30, but after 25 I can feel that I don't have enough strength, okay? Obviously, these exercises can be done without shoes. It's also good to feel a little bit that big toe, okay, for health of your foot from time to time. Bravo, guys. Perfect. Perfect. When you finish, you can sit on these seats, and then I will call you when you need it. Okay, so you got a little bit the point of what can become your test without organizing testing day and so on, because I know how you feel. You have 3, 4, hopefully 5 sessions a week, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and your focus is very often on basketball. Now I'm talking to basketball coaches specifically, but if you want to evaluate from time to time, if you want to have some kind of a long-term monitoring of development or maintenance or results, or you have to report to someone, these kind of things can help you to be more efficient, more effective, and then be part of your training session. Now, when we talk about mobility, we said that we want to maintain what we have and not to be in a position to lose hip mobility, T-spine mobility, dorsiflexion, and so on and so forth. So if we talk first about T-spine extension, rotation, simple stuff during warm-ups, preparation, from like for spine, extension, flexion, cat camel exercises, any T-spine, rotation, on the ground, open up for rotation, anything like that is welcome. Basketball, rotation, boom, boom, standing, basketball, reach, back for extension, rotate with different position for your hips, a little bit more rotation. Okay, just maintain the health of your spine, okay? Obviously, we have to work on ankles, and we want to maintain the ankle mobility. I show you the very aggressive type of exercise when you're in this position and you walk on your toes and so on. Yes, you can do it even in this position. It's good also for dorsiflexion, but it's good for quads, and it's related to jumper's knee and quality of your quads and so on, the endurance. So you can go a little bit higher, not be so aggressive, and still do the job, okay? Or you can do exercises like heel down, then heel up, because we play on toes, and now you will include even more the big toe in the foot together with dorsiflexion. It's more specific to basketball. Then obviously you can always go to some kind of wall or a fence. You can put the foot up and then you can go with your knee forward or block the knee and go with your hip forward. It's going to be more like Achilles, calf stretch. It's not going to be so much like ankle joint mobility exercise. You can play in different ranges of motion, okay, different directions. Nothing bad about this if you go into controlled range of motion, because eventually your knee might be in this position, okay? When we do mobility exercises, you want to play in good ranges of motion. I call this rainbows. I really like it, okay? And for example, for quads and ankle mobility, doing this for 30 seconds will burn your quads, and for protecting against jumper's knee is brilliant exercise. Later on we're going to mention as we're going to talk about jumper's knee, but this is just one idea how to put two things together. Dorsiflexion, active, plus some strength in the lower legs is perfect. And then obviously hip rotations. Where is my guy with stiff hips? You. No. You, but okay, you don't have to come. I'm just saying you had no range of motion in the hips. So we said the 90-90, okay, and we can be a little bit more active, lifting that up, whatever. Then we can play a little bit with general frog stretch, and then from here we can include some internal rotation things, and then obviously something on the box can be done, part of the testing and part of the exercises, active swings, left, right, to maintain that hip mobility. Okay, there are more different exercises, but at least the most important thing as coaches is to know when you want to implement something. And then when you know why you are doing it and when you want to do it, then YouTube or Instagram becomes good. Because all these exercises that you see, you know exactly when you want to implement it and what is the main reason. The worst thing that you can do is see 3 exercises for core, mobility or whatever, and then it becomes your afternoon warm-up routine with your team, okay? Then it's a little bit problem. Okay, now when we talk about after mobility, we go into sprinting, jumping and throwing. So we are talking about power development. What we want to move forward from compared to this 13 to 16, what we spoke yesterday. Now, of course, yesterday we talked about sprinting, maybe sprinting with medicine ball and so on and so forth. Now we can start thinking a little bit more about giving higher, greater resistance compared to that medicine ball. So I'll need you. Come here. Let's put it around you. Okay. You face that direction. Perfect. Okay, we start 50-60%, and then you speed up to 80% because you are not completely warmed up. Okay, just start easy and then go a little bit, like 5-10 meters at 80%. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Go. Boom. Okay, perfect. Good. Let's go back. It's okay. Let's go back. Resisted accelerations. Now, we are doing this for the first time, but obviously when you do it as a coach a little bit more with a player, it looks better, it looks more smooth, this transition from starting into acceleration, and obviously when he's warmed up, it will look better when he does 100%. I'm just showing a little bit the exercise. Face me. Now, we said straightforward running for the acceleration, but also pedaling, important part of basketball. So let's go same thing. You start 50-60% back pedaling and then just go 3-4 meters of 80-90%. Okay. Let's go. Push the floor. Yeah, perfect. Okay, it's enough. You get the point. Let's go back. Excellent. Everything resisted. Then we can also, for lateral moves, it's going to be related to change of direction and agility, but since we have it here, we can use it to demonstrate. Okay, you get low into your defensive stance and you go 70-80%. Okay, normally it's 100%, 70-80%, 2-3 shuffles, just sideways shuffle. Okay, let's go. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Come back. Same thing with a cross step. Let's do first just from here. Boom, explode by doing a cross step. Okay. Over there, against my resistance. Yeah, doesn't matter. Go. Boom. Okay, go back. Let's go once again. He's doing a little cross step with a little run, which is not a problem now. We're not gonna polish it. Let's go. Okay, good. But you get the point, different stuff. I want him to do first the cross step only, okay? But he started to do what could be the next step. Sideways shuffle into the cross step. The whole point is that you don't change technique and that you follow him with resistance band. And you have to expect that if he goes full effort, that you're gonna run and you need to decelerate as a coach. Okay, now, drop it down. Okay, perfect. Now, what we want to progress is single leg stuff. So from here, you jump off of 2 legs, land on 1 foot, left or right, and then from here, drop on the same foot. Okay? So if you jump on the box left, land on the left. Boom, hop. Good, perfect. Go again. Let's go left now. Hop. Hop, perfect. And go back. If you're okay, if you feel warmed up that you can do it, go single leg, jump on the box and landing.
Okay. With the same leg?
Yes, you're okay to do it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And go left. Perfect. So a lot of single leg work, single leg box jumps, single leg landings. It's more stress on the body, and this is a moving forward strategy when it comes to drop jumps. Okay. Bounding with sand balls or water balls is another progression. Okay. Heavier stuff from medicine ball. Normally medicine balls are like 3 to 6 kilos. Yes, you have the 10 kilos, but normally you have these sand bags and sand balls that are heavier, 10, 15 kilos, and you can start bounding and hopping with those kind of stuff. And then, as we said yesterday, when you teach them at the age of 15, 16, how to clean with barbell, now 17 to 20, I expect that they will have some plates on the bar. Okay, 40, 50 kilos in total. Okay, so 10 kilos on each side. It's perfect for cleans and snatches. Okay, if you think it's like valuable. Now, what we can also do, we can modify. Let's say a player had problem with a shoulder. Okay, at the age of 15, 16, he even had some kind of surgery, whatever. But you believe in your program that cleans and snatches are valuable, but clean you don't do because of the shoulder. Okay, boom, because of the shoulder, it doesn't feel safe for the player. Maybe it's better to do the clean. Okay, so from here, boom, you clean it all the way up because now it's protecting his shoulder. Okay, it's a kind of rehab exercise for the player. But even if then he doesn't feel safe and everyone else is doing cleans and jerks and snatches with barbells, for him, you can always modify it with dumbbell, okay? And you can go from here, boom, snatch it. You can always clean it, and so on and so forth. It's maybe healthier for the shoulder, more safe. There is always a way to modify exercises. That's the whole point. Exercises are there just to stimulate the body, but it's not good or bad exercise. It always has to be the best for your athlete, okay? And if there are some contraindications, then you just take the bar out. Same with the bench press. Someone had problems with shoulders, okay, in the past. Why to push barbell bench press when you have dumbbells? Okay, hopefully you have dumbbells in the gym. Okay, and then obviously we said, you can sit, thanks. And obviously we said progression when it comes to medicine balls. If we start playing with medicine balls of 1 or 2 kilos with kids of 13, 12, 14, then maybe you will go into 3, 4 kilos at the age of 15, 16, and obviously the heaviest bouncy medicine balls, because you don't have bouncy medicine ball of 10 kilos normally, right? Normally bouncy, like this, medicine balls are like up to 6 kilos, 7 kilos. I think at this age, junior level, you can start playing with those heavier 5, 6 kilos medicine balls to do different throws, okay? Chest throw to engage the whole body, because this is the whole point. You do clean to develop the triple extension, the explosion of your ankles, knees, and hips. Okay, you don't do these exercises to become Olympic weightlifter, right? Same thing with medicine balls. The whole point is to develop full body power. Yes, we sometimes yes, we will isolate the arm and kind of go basic basketball shot-like movement. So we're gonna go and work only on the arm. So we work on that triceps, shoulder, whatever. But normally, when we talk about basic athletic development, we want to use different throws. As I said yesterday, a little bit of extension, okay? You want to have different body positions, boom, okay? You want to have a pass, like it should be even longer, okay? Of course, rotational, boom. It's super important for basketball. So any type of throw that engages the whole body is beneficial, because you are working on basically not only throwing, but it will impact jumping and sprinting, especially if it looks like jumping and sprinting. If we throw up, boom, it will bring us closer to box jumps and to rebounds, because it's very vertical, right? If we do this position, boom, with step forward, okay, it will look like a sprint, right? Because we will engage both legs in that pattern of horizontal move, right? So if it looks like something like sprint or jump, then probably you will somehow develop it, okay? Where did I leave my stuff? Okay, perfect. Now, change of direction and agility. Moving forward from what we saw yesterday, we showed resisted shuffle, okay? Resisted cross step. And now what we can include is, let's go again. To overload a little bit deceleration. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna learn a little bit how to finish with extra energy certain moves. So let's go 2 shuffles, face them. 2 shuffles towards me, okay? And just freeze it in the end, towards me, okay? Let's go, boom, hop, let's go again, let's go. So I'm pushing him, or go there, and try to do a cross step, but without running. Just go from here, explode into cross step. Okay, just crossing step. Okay, let's go. Boom, perfect. Okay, this is what we want. Let's go again. Now you know what to expect. Control, perfect. He's getting lower, and he's getting more force pulling him, okay? And basically, the next step would be that I'm producing this force, I'm gonna pull you, and then I'm gonna basically let you shuffle without any resistance. So we will do the cross step, I will pull you, and after that I will just go with you, and you will, after you finish cross step, go into shuffle. You understand? Okay. Perfect. Let's go. Boom. Perfect. So I'm not resisting now. I can also resist, also on the way there, but we are combining two different approaches. In one, I'm giving him more energy to control, more demand to decelerate, so it's eccentric overload, and then I'm working against him, so he has to concentrically work against my resistance. Okay, and if you saw before, maybe some of you worked already with inertial cones, the Versa pulley, you have these machines. Maybe you could see that cone that has a rope attached, okay, and you can pull it out, and then it pulls you back. Basically, you can get it somehow with elastic bands. When someone pulls you and provides more energy that you need to control, this is basically what's happening in the cone. You produce the force against it, and then it pulls you back. And you have to control that force that you produced here. Now you have to produce it to control it on the way back. So if you have these kind of machines in your facilities, it can be very useful for sideways moves, and then later on to implement it into change of direction and agility training. And obviously, as yesterday we said, continue to play one-on-one, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, whatever. Obviously, in one-on-one you can control the things the most, okay? But one-on-one is definitely a brilliant way to continue to work on change of direction and agility. And we said not everything in basketball is agility, not everything is the reaction, okay? There is a lot of things that you decide. If you're on offense, you dribble, you will do the change of direction whenever you want, while this guy who is defending you is more in agility mode, where he needs to react, okay? And then this is the machine. Maybe you cannot see perfectly from there, but this is the machine that I spoke about, the inertial cone. Okay, strength. Moving forward, we said yesterday, a lot of equipment, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, okay? Yesterday I showed loaded carries, and here if we said like, it's the best and the safest way to load the body with heavier weights. At the age of 15, you can carry 15 to 20 kilos, okay? It means that now, at the age of 17, 18, 2 kettlebells of 30 kilos, 2 dumbbells of 35 kilos, you can definitely carry, okay? You're loading the whole body, you're loading the spine, and you're working on a grip strength, and it's a good way to start to develop strength. Then, we said squats and deadlift variations, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells. Let's see a little bit dumbbell and barbell. Okay. Let's see a little bit deadlift with different equipment. Let's go here. Grab kettlebell, okay, all the way down, boom, hop, 3 repetitions. Now this is 16 kilos. Yeah. And now, if we put kettlebell of 32 kilos at the age of 18, 19, it's basically nothing. It's basically nothing. Doesn't matter what age he is, because in the end at home, hopefully, sometimes he will help around, carry something, lift something, and it's already 20, 30 kilos. Okay? So why to be worried at the age of 16 to lift 16 kilos off of the floor? Okay, good. Let's see a little bit how you move the bar. Same pattern, deadlift. Let's go. Now you can just grab the bar and just go 3 repetitions. Hold the bar all the time. Let's go. Okay. Good. Good. Again, 40 kilos, seems like nothing. Looks like he could do 50 now. Is it the perfect technique? Is it whatever? I'm not here to judge now. We can correct things in 5 minutes if we are alone in the weightlifting room. Okay, the weight and so on and so forth. But he did it somewhat okay, and it looked like easy. Okay, already 40 kilos on the bar. Okay, so if we take a look at squats and deadlifts, 40 kilos for me is minimum at this age, 17 minimum, and then you start building, okay? And at the age of 20, if your body weight is 100 kilos, I expect that you will lift around 100 kilos in these kind of exercises for 1 to 3 times, okay? Safe way. Then, definitely lunges, okay, with dumbbells, kettlebells, as we said, boom, hop, different directions, okay? That's pretty normal. Dumbbells, kettlebells. We said bench press, chest flies, dumbbells, barbell, okay? Chest fly with dumbbells, pretty normal exercise. One arm rows, high pulls that we said yesterday, bent over row, okay? Shoulder press, 2 at the same time, alternated. One arm, it's a shoulder press, shoulder flies, one arm forward, 45 degrees, outside, play whatever your athletes need. And basically, this is the progression by moving forward into heavier weights. With the weights, we are a little bit limited with what is progression. Normally, you progress with the amount, right? So what we want to achieve is that we start using a little bit heavier kettlebells, a little bit heavier dumbbells, and a little bit more weight on barbell compared to what we saw yesterday. So the exercises don't change much, okay? Yes, maybe you will start to do a little bit more step-ups on the box at this age. Okay, just one exercise that makes sense to you. Okay, you have machines, leg press, leg extension, knee flexion. You want to implement these kind of things. Yes, why not? Okay, everything is okay. Then, we said special considerations on needs analysis of basketball. We know that we want to target low back, okay, knees and ankles as 3 most impacted regions of the body, okay? And then we said yesterday, for low back, we want to use a lot planks, glute bridge holds, dead bugs, monuments, Pallof press, and we want to mix up this voluntary stability, anticipatory when you know that there will be some perturbation, or you know that you will start moving your body around and it will kind of shake your body and you have to control the core, and also reactive when someone else is pushing you around. And for me, this is the highest level of core stability. Okay, so for low back, to protect basketball players, especially big guys, okay, over there, everyone who is above 2 meters height, you can expect that they are more prone towards low back issues, okay, because of the growth and also because the world was not made for them. You know, the chairs, the beds, buses, planes, okay, and everything has even higher impact in a negative way on their bodies, so we have to protect their low backs even more, okay. As we said yesterday, jumper's knee, okay? I think it's good that we repeat these kind of things. We said that with jumper's knee, good thing is that once you, as a strength coach or your physio or your doctor, diagnose jumper's knee and you know that the problem is the jumper's knee, okay, then we will attack quadricep strength and calves, okay? And as I said yesterday, maybe I didn't show the reverse Nordics, for quads, okay? So from here, you can go reverse to these Nordic hamstrings. Nordic hamstrings is the hamstring exercise when you fall forward, when someone is holding your heels, You probably saw it very often on social media. Reverse Nordics are more for quads. This is the basic thing. Then you can go medicine ball or a plate. Medicine ball or a plate if you want to progress, okay, with these kind of exercises. TKE is an exercise. I need you for a second. Simple stuff. When you have a fence like that and you have bands like this, go 1 foot, doesn't matter which one. Perfect. Okay, good. And now I'm going to be right in front of you. No, don't move, don't move, don't move. Okay, I'm going to be here in front of you, and you will just drive your knee back and forth. Okay, back and forth. Yes, let's go. Okay. No. You just stand tall like this, and just go knee back and forth, like this.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, perfect. Yes. Okay. So it has to be like a thick band, small range of motion, and you can see, lift your shorts a little bit. Then, yes. You can see the muscles of quads, especially this medial muscle. He's a perfect example. And this is what we want, because it's the medial muscle of quadriceps is basically the one that provides local stability. Okay, local stability here. And with this exercise, we are targeting this muscle. Okay. And I said wall sit variations. Okay. Then obviously some holds and moves left, right. But we are working on these quads. As I said, you can do some dorsiflexion moves and also burn the quads if it's longer than 20-30 seconds. Okay. And then obviously all the strength exercises, squats, lunges, step-ups will improve quadriceps strength. And then we said attacking calves, okay, single leg calf raises like they did, okay. Then you can implement also single leg calf raises with knee bend, okay, both feet, okay. You can do some endurance type of calf strength where you keep the heels all the way up, okay, sideway walks, you name it, anything for calves is good for jumper's knee. And we often forget it because it's calves, it doesn't have any connection with the knee. It has, okay, it has, because calf muscles attach to the upper leg, and it's always, if there is an issue, you should always target something above it and below. Okay, good. Thank you. And then we set ankles for the ankle sprains. Okay, high heel walks, as I said, variations, duck feet, feet inside, sideways, whatever, different variations even on your heels. Okay, and then we set manual resistance. Okay, let's show today 2 of you. So sit here, sit here, sit here. Perfect. Okay. He goes his right ankle. We're gonna use the ball. You come as his partner, as a coach. Come closer. Okay, and give him resistance here outside. Block the leg here to stabilize. Give him resistance. You push. Okay. Boom. Okay. Let's go. Give him resistance. 10 repetitions. First time doing this, they understood in literally 3 seconds what to do. Okay, this is specifically to target ankle strength in this range of motion because this is contra of the sprain. Okay, but if we are talking about health doesn't matter. Okay. Yes. If we are talking about the health of the foot, obviously you can go also here, resistance, go, boom, yes. And also to target tibialis, the muscle in front of the shin, resist here, yes, and pull, boom. Okay, so you can target the front of the leg. If you wanted to balance it out, if you do a lot of calves exercises, okay, a lot of calf raises, whatever, you should also think how to strengthen the front of your legs. So you can do the toe lifts, okay, resistance with band or resistance with with arm as they did now. Okay, but specifically for the ankles, we want to target only that movement. And this can be a prep for one part of the prep. In pairs, basketball, no equipment needed. If you have foam rollers, okay, but basketball is more than fine. Okay, we showed yesterday, I don't think we have to repeat, single leg static balance. We showed today super simple stuff, eyes opened, eyes closed, eyes opened, okay, with leg swings, okay, left, right, arm swings, rotations, throwing the ball, static, okay, a little bit unusual surface. I don't like the central position of Bosu ball. I like more ankle sprain position, okay? So you already have the ankle sprain type of movement, but you're teaching your brain that also in that position it is safe. So once you step on someone's foot, okay, that brain can recognize that it should just contract and everything is okay. You should not let it go and go into complete ankle roll, okay? So, static balance, they always say, should we use Bosu balls? It depends how you use it. If you use it in a sense that it makes some connection with the mechanism of ankle sprain, then it makes sense. If you're just using it to do squats on the central position with dumbbells, I don't know if it's the best exercise for basketball players. But if you use Bosu for ankle sprains and you target this outside left side for the left leg, right side for the right leg, and also then you progress into dynamic exercises, as we showed yesterday, where you target this awkward position already partially everted, then I believe it's somehow related to basketball. Okay, so combining for the ankles, strength, isolated strength of lower leg muscles, single leg static balance, and then obviously going into more dynamic environment, it's good because basketball is a lot about dynamic environment. Okay, so for me, these three things that we do regarding the specific issues in basketball, low back, knees, and ankles, is a daily hygiene. Okay, and this is normally how I explain it to the players, regardless of the age, because no one really likes to do the tooth flossing in the evening and in the morning, brushing teeth, you know, cutting nails, but it's part of the hygiene. And you don't ask. When the moment comes to cut your nails, maybe you postpone it for a day, but then the next day you say, come on, I cannot go out of my house with these nails. Okay, same things in the morning when you have to brush your teeth. Maybe you don't have the 3 minutes, 2 minutes to brush your teeth, but you say, no, I cannot go outside of the house without doing this. So sometimes players need to take care of their bodies, and I say, yes, I know it's boring, I know we are repeating all the same stuff, and I cannot come up with 75 different exercises for strengthening the ankle, okay? But we will have these 5 to 10 exercises that are the best, and we have to stick with it, okay? So maybe, yes, you can come up with 5, and if you have preventive routine on a daily basis and you work out with the players from Monday till Friday, maybe you can use one exercise on each day. But it should not be like for 3 months every day they do different exercise. Some of the things when it comes to physical performance are boring, but you have to stick to it. It's same thing like doing the hygiene, okay? So it's a daily hygiene for every basketball player. Okay, thank you guys. Now, same thing like yesterday, just different values. You remember that we spoke about conditioning and building endurance, and we said at this age, especially for you basketball coaches, I don't want to overcomplicate things, and we said that normally on a scale 1 to 10, aerobic conditioning is normally 4 to 7 out of 10, okay? And if it's 4 or 5, normally it means that you will be able to run for like 20, 30 minutes. I don't see point of basketball players running 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes continuously. Okay, normally 20, 30, 40 minutes continuous run in the off season, 5 out of 10 on a scale is okay. If we talk about 7 out of 10, probably 7 out of 10 you will not be able to keep for 30 minutes. Then 7 out of 10, maybe some 3-4 minutes intervals, 3-4 minutes run, 3-4 minutes walk, 3-4 minutes run, 3-4 minutes walk. That's aerobic conditioning. Okay, anaerobic glycolytic conditioning is always harder because it's higher intensity. Okay, we cannot do it for longer than, let's say, 1 minute. So it's everything between 20 seconds and 1 minute. Okay, and it's 8-9 out of 10 when it comes to level of toughness. And then we said phosphocreatine system, it can be related to the scale of 1 to 10, but it's not the best thing to relate to because it lasts only 2-3 seconds and players don't feel very tired, okay? But after 2-3 seconds, they have to do it full intense, so we know that they are working on that capacity, which is phosphocreatine system. Okay, so how it looks, progression from 12, 14, 16. Now we are talking about 16, 18, and 20. First of all, from yesterday, you know, at the age of 16, you definitely want to stress the anaerobic phosphocreatine system, basketball, short, intense, explosive actions, 3, 4, 5 seconds, maximum 10 seconds, but normally 3 to 5 seconds, okay? At the age of 16, you want to stress the aerobic type of training, and if you have to do extra conditioning sessions, your go-to is aerobic base because you want to provide aerobic base for the future at the age of 16, so when they move into 18 and 20, you don't question if their aerobic capacity is good enough, okay? And then you start introducing, because they matured, the hormonal system is different. At the age of 16, everyone is already in the puberty. Maybe someone is a little bit late, but at the age of 16, everyone is already in puberty. You can start introducing more seriously anaerobic glycolytic work. And yesterday, we said what type of exercises you can use. But before we jump into exercises, now we have to mention what's happening with 18 and 20. 18, okay, now it's a little bit different. You don't have to stress anymore so much isolated work. At the age of 16, at the beginning of today's session, I said maybe at the age of 16 you want to have this 10-15 minute session for change of direction, agility, and so on. Maybe at the age of 18 we can do it, it's not forbidden, but it doesn't have to be 3 times a week. It can be maybe 1 time a week, separate session, because a lot of anaerobic phosphocreatine conditioning comes from basketball. And probably at the age of 18, you will have more sessions a week compared to the age of 16 and 14. So at the end of the week, just by playing basketball, you will have this bucket of anaerobic phosphocreatine system very, very full. Okay. Then, anaerobic glycolytic, definitely, because now we can work, because of hormonal system and maturation of the body, we can work on anaerobic glycolytic system, that here it was like third thing to do. Now it becomes first thing to do, because we want to prepare for the age of 20 and the senior level at the highest level possible. And considering that we worked at the age of 16, 17 on aerobic system at the high level, it means that now it doesn't have to be our main target at the age of 18. Okay, now obviously we said, okay, at the age of 18, you do the test, the running test, and it shows that 2 players are still bad on aerobic capacity. It means that year before or 2 years before, they were not stressing it so much, so maybe they will have to do some extra conditioning. So for 2 players, this will not look like this. Aerobic will become more important than glycolytic, okay, until they develop certain qualities, and then they're gonna start following this level. Okay, it is just a general concept, okay, for general guidelines. There has to be something that you follow, but obviously if you have individual cases, you have to adjust to them. And then obviously at the age of 20, even more basketball, even more conditioning comes from playing basketball, 5-on-5, 3-on-3, and so on. So we start to think less about classic conditioning sessions outside, inside, and so on. And a lot of conditioning comes from playing basketball. Okay. Now, before we jump into the exercises, I said testing. Yes, we can do different tests. Simple tests that you can do on basketball court through free app is 30-15 intermittent fitness test. Is one type of a beep test where you use lines of basketball court, baseline, center line, and opposite baseline. Okay, and then on the beep you just have to be on the line and just run and walk, or stand in place. Okay, and then you can assess a little bit your team. If you want to assess a little bit more what's happening on the anaerobic glycolytic level, then maybe 300 meters or 300 yards test is also good. So you just mark, if you go 300 meters, you select 25 meters. It's almost the length of the court, 25 meters, okay? And you just have to repeat for 12 times, right? You do as fast as possible, you measure by time, and you want to see a little bit glycolytic capacity. Sometimes they do it 2 times in a row with 5 minutes break, because you want to see the difference between the first trial and the second trial, and then basically this difference tells you about your capacity. Okay, does that make sense? So you're just measuring time, 300 meters, 5 minutes rest, again 300 meters, so you're not making conclusions after the first one, and you say, this is your result, you are good, bad. It's the difference that makes you good or bad, because it tells about your endurance. Does that make sense? Okay. And then repeated sprint ability. If you want to catch the conditioning and the level of your phosphocreatine system, you can use the length of the court, okay, and you measure 5 sprints with ratio, let's say 1:5. If it takes around 5 seconds to run the court, you have 25 seconds to come back, walk, and then repeat again, okay? And you are basically looking at the difference between the quality and the time in the first sprint compared to the last sprint. It can be 5 sprints, not more than 10, not more than 10, but not less than 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sprints repeated, and you want to see what is your quality and what is the difference between the first sprint, which is probably the best, or you take the best result, probably it's going to be within the first 3 sprints, okay? And you want to see how low you go, okay? What is the difference? Now, going to the exercises, what we can do and when, just a little bit. As I said, this is more about why we do lifting and why we do conditioning and all the stuff, and what to do. It's not a lot about when and how, because we would need a week to explain everything when and how. Pre-season, in-season, off-season, weekly schedule, 2 games, 3 games, 1 game, no game, tournament. You know, it really takes a week to explain certain stuff, but just to have a little bit in mind, at the age of 16, like we said yesterday, okay, speed, power, and agility, we have to balance it out with basketball, okay, because the more basketball we play, the less we need to work on speed, power, and agility, okay? But definitely, when it comes to aerobic conditioning, maybe we will start to do it maybe once in 2 weeks, especially with the group that needs to continue to work on aerobic capacity. And then glycolytic conditioning can be maybe once a week, okay? As we said, it can be done with simple stuff like suicide drills, but as we showed yesterday, it can be way more fun if you include the ball, if you include some shooting, if you include some lateral moves, and you make it more rich, okay? And the whole difference is what you do, but you stick to the ratio between work and rest. If the work is 20 seconds, ratio is 1:3, okay? Then it means that you will rest for 1 minute, okay? And then 20 seconds work, 1 minute rest, 20 seconds work, 1 minute rest, and you repeat, for example, 5 times, okay? Then, at the age of 18, as I said, you're dropping down with speed, power, and agility, okay? So it doesn't become the first thing to do. You want to go glycolytic conditioning once a week, okay? Aerobic conditioning, maybe the only progression will be that you do it with more sets. So if you go maybe 3 times 3 minutes at the age of 16, now you will go 4 or 5 times 3 minutes. Okay, so you are increasing a little bit the volume of that high intensity aerobic training. And then when we go into the age of 20, okay, we know that we don't have to stress so much anaerobic glycolytic system. So the only difference between this and that is not the exercises, not the intensity, nothing special, but the volume, how much you do per week. Okay, so if we say that it's not so important here as it is here, it means that what you did here once a week, now here you do once in 2 weeks. Okay, if you did this once in 2 weeks, this now you start doing once a month. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so this is it. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Invitați-mă seară să veniți cu temele făcute. Dacă aveți ceva întrebări, este timpul față în față să stăm de vorbă, pentru că e cel mai simplu. Așa o să trageți eventual niște concluzii după ce veți studia materialul. O să-l punem pe site-ul CCA, o să-l găsiți. Dar e mai simplu dacă aveți ceva întrebări față în față. Alex, ai vrut să zici ceva? Da, treabă.
It's a great question. It's a little bit specific when it comes to strength and conditioning. It's not so interesting for the coaches, but for me, the whole point is that if in early age we start to teach the movement, and we teach them how to do a deadlift with a kettlebell at the age of 13, 14, I'm not worried about the recruitment of muscles when it comes to lifting the barbell. Now, what he showed there, I said, like, for sure it's far away from what we want to see. It didn't look horrible, but it can be way better, right? Okay, now, if we talk about the recruitment of the muscles and we want to stress a little bit more low back glutes, maybe we will move, and as you know, maybe we will move a little bit more from hip hinge rather than using knees. Now, it also depends what kind of bar you're using. Is it normal bar? Is it trap bar? Are they moving their knees forward so they stress quads and front chain a little bit more, or they go more into posterior chain and they stress more like a hip hinge and knees are not moving too much forward? So recruiting the muscles of front and back kinetic chain obviously depends how you move in the deadlift, okay? How you move your ankles. If your ankles are more or less in place and you move more from your hips and back, it will stress more posterior chain. And if I want to target this, I will teach them or tell them to do this variation. If I want to use more like a squat type of movement where we want to engage more quads and stress a little bit less low back and glutes, probably we will go into more like knee dominant type of deadlift. But this is something that I would teach them way earlier, and if they come like our demonstrator, if they come and they have pattern like that, I go 3 steps back. We start catching kettlebell, because with kettlebell it didn't look so bad. So I don't think he will need too much time to teach 2 variations of deadlift. Okay, the more like hip dominant and knee dominant type of deadlift. Okay, I don't think it will take a lot of time because with kettlebell it looks more than fine. Okay, and especially if we have later on trap bar, you know, where he feels trap bar, you know what it is, it's a bar, it's like hexagonal bar where you can move your knees a little bit more freely. If you have access to a trap bar, he will catch it like this. Normally problem comes when they have barbell in front of their shins and they don't know how to really push the knees forward. It looks a little bit awkward, it doesn't feel good on the shins and so on. Then I understand some things, but if you have trap bar, it's easy to teach both type of deadlifts. Does that give you an answer? Okay, perfect. Anyone else? Feel free.
Totul în regulă. Ok. Thank you, Luka. În speranța că o să revenim cu mult mai multe materiale în viitor, ne dorim și pentru noi este o prioritate pregătirea fizică generală și specifică, începută când trebuie și terminată, să spun așa, când predăm jucătorul către seniori. O să continuăm colaborarea cu Luka și sperăm să fie pe termen mediu și lung, nu doar pe termen scurt, adică nu să ne vedem o dată pe an. Dar asta depinde de dumneavoastră cum înțelegeți și cum implementăm fiecare la club, fiecare, cred că pentru jucătorii care sunt de perspectivă din punctul dumneavoastră de vedere al clubului și pentru noi, Federație, pentru loturile naționale, să încercați să vă aplecați spre acești jucători și să vă intereseze sau să ne intereseze cu mult mai mult evoluția lor în perspectivă, nu mâine. Cred că programul acesta este exact despre viitorul unui jucător junior în basket. Dacă va rămâne, dacă va fi capabil să rămână în basket, dacă va fi suficient de pregătit și mental, pentru că toate lucrurile acestea se leagă. Pregătire fizică generală, specifică, mental, tehnic, tactic, toate când predăm un jucător către Liga Națională, care se plânge că jucătorul român nu este suficient de valoros, cred că este primul pas care trebuie făcut. Pregătirea fizică generală și specifică de la club. La loturile naționale ne întâlnim cu ei de 3, 4, 5 ori pe an, când strângem așa zilele cât stăm împreună, probabil o lună jumate, două luni jumate. Nu ai cum să acoperi ceva ce nu s-a făcut un an, 2, 3 în spate. Așa că dorința noastră este să colaborăm în toate direcțiile. Pregătire fizică, tehnică, tactică, mentală. Mulțumim pentru că ați fost alături de noi și noi promitem să fim în continuare alături de dumneavoastră cu orice aveți nevoie. Telefoanele sunt deschise, mail-urile sunt deschise, așa că nu ezitați să întrebați. M-aș bucura să întrebați mai mult decât ați făcut-o până acum. Inclusiv pe Luka, dacă mai aveți cumva vreo întrebare, cu plăcere vă stă la dispoziție. Mulțumim încă o dată!